Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the future of the water and wastewater industry and the careers you didn't know about. And I'm your host, Dave Kosminski, and we are here live at the Cave at the AquaTurf for our annual technical conference and vendor expo. And we have an old colleague of mine from the cross-connection world, Miss Kathy Brenner, who is actually working with the Wallingford Water District. So, hi, Kathy. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Dave?
Awesome. Thanks for coming up. I appreciate it. Anyway, so tell me how you got started in the water industry.
Well, I come from a background as an educator, and back in 1998, I started to work for Regional Water Authority as one of their educators for their 23-town system.
Okay. God.
And then in 2012, kind of went into the more technical end with Wallingford Water Division as a water quality inspector.
Okay.
So besides cross-connection, our Department of Two is also responsible for any customer complaints regarding pressure loss or water quality.
Okay, sure.
Taking all the water samples, doing all the state reports and so forth.
Wow. So when you were at Regional, you must have worked with Kate Powell.
Kate Powell was my supervisor.
She was the best. She
Yep.
was on our conservation committee for many years, and she's off into the retirement stage. Her and Ross I think they just moved to Massachusetts, I believe.
Oh, terrific.
Because they were living in Cromwell right across the river from me, and I think they just moved up to Massachusetts. I keep following Ross on Facebook. Ross is an avid guitarist, so we've gotten together and jammed a few times as far as that goes. But anyway, great. So how did you go from regional to Wallingford? What did that opportunity present itself with?
Well, the opportunity started with the economic meltdown in 2008. So in 2009, about 48 management employees, including myself, were given we can't really support free programming when we're millions in the hole because of businesses out. So
Understood.
So it wasn't a let's look for a new opportunity, because I loved my job as an educator. But you go with the changes, and when an opportunity came up in Wallingford, seemed like a good thing to apply for, since I already had 12 years of experience in the non-technical realm. So to balance out the pie, do something more technically oriented.
Yeah, no, I worked with, in fact, Pat Crabtree for years. She was on our conservation committee for years. I think she's also retired a long time.
Yeah, a year and a half now. She says she loves every morning waking up and knowing she can control her own time.
There you go. So, was it a big transition going from educator to water quality and that type of stuff, or?
I had a good broad-based familiarity with all the aspects of, through the education world, because we would create programs on the distribution system and water sampling and so forth. So that customer communication skills were certainly transferable. The other things were just able to be taken with the various educational courses to get the various license, cross-connection surveyor, cross-connection tester, distribution water system operator, and water treatment plant operator. I have all of those credentials.
Yeah. Tester, surveyor. My God. Me too.
Yep.
Me too.
That's why we're here at Cave, so we can get our
CEUs.
training
There you go.
contact hours in.
There you go. Now, how many folks do you have in a cross-connection department in Wallingford now?
Two.
Okay. Because Woody used to be in the Wallingford part, didn't he?
Correct. He was, he's moved on to other things.
Yeah, he works for the state of Connecticut now.
Correct. Connecticut Valley.
Yeah.
And so I, started when Woody was there. He showed me the ropes, and as I say, you have to take the state-certified coursework and so forth, and then you're set loose in the field to learn by experience.
Well, that's it. Throw you in the deep end of the pool.
Exactly.
That's it. And obviously, I think we all studied under Bill Sullivan, the health department.
Definitely. Definitely.
All these names that they go around and come around.
It's a small community.
It really is. And so forth. And it's, like any industry or any utility, it takes a village. And, one of the things I did when I started this podcast is to try to make students aware, because, I'm probably a lot closer to retirement than you are, but, there comes a time that we're going to have to start refilling the pipeline and get some new folks in here, and to do what we do. And it's an industry that has a lot of advantages. It's a great industry. It's a large umbrella. From a standpoint of opportunities, you can go from cross connection to operators to HR people to accountants to inspectors, meter readers, you name it, and so forth. Can be a career for you, and it's a stable career, and the pay isn't too shabby either.
No. One of the reasons I applied for the position in Wallingford and so forth was I found it could be gender and age blind. So, I was later in my career, in my 50s, when I was hired by Wallingford. And again, many of the other jobs that I had interviewed for, not in the water industry and was offered, had much higher responsibilities.
Yep.
Maybe be responsible for 3 states' curriculum
Yeah.
at a venue, and yet the pay and benefits could not support my mortgage and so forth.
Right,
Whereas in the utility sector and so forth, it's like these are the jobs. This is what the pay is. It's and it was like I say, tended to be competency based and not necessarily you needed to know somebody or to be a certain gender or a certain age to get in.
Well, and that's the thing. And from that standpoint, it's like all of the careers in the water. It's a stable career. It's a secure career. The water industry isn't an industry that you can outsource. You need boots on the ground, to do the tests, to do the inspections, to do whatever, and to go from there. And you can't outsource it across the pond, as far as that goes. So it's one of the advantages. Plus, like I say, it's from a standpoint of compensation, the compensation isn't bad either.
Right. And you're contributing to the community because,
Absolutely.
you get the rewards of you're doing something intrinsically of value in the larger picture.
Yeah. Now Wallingford is a little bit unique from a standpoint. You have both surface and groundwater.
Yes.
Okay. Plus, you operate an electric utility over there.
Yes, we have all of our own utilities are independent, only serve the town of Wallingford.
Wow, and that's unique.
It is, and as a resident, I certainly appreciate it.
Well, now that Eversource raising rates and so forth, have you guys been able to keep your rates stable as far as that?
Pretty much, we have the lowest electric rates in the state.
Okay.
It's been that way for a long time, and as I say, when there's power outages, I'm on a road where there's a lot of open space and maybe just 3 residents, including myself, and the longest I've ever been out of power in 26 years was 3 days. Sorry, Eversource.
Yeah, they can't make that claim. Oh my gosh, for sure. It's to the point where, again, I think you have to go to the regulatory authority as well as they do, but
Right, public utility commissions, sure.
Yeah, as far as that, but you've got a lot more flexibility and a lot more control over your assets and distribution system.
Exactly. Really, the local level that I think customers appreciate and businesses appreciate when they move into, Wallingford, and they're like, wow, every department, they've been here, or permitting, and everything goes very smoothly because it's a small circle. And
Right.
we encourage that.
You got more control. So, on a personal side, what do you like to do for fun?
Tai Chi, mostly.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I've been teaching Tai Chi for over 30 years.
No kidding.
And have my own Tai Chi business,
Awesome.
teaching in, various assisted living facilities, private lessons. So, yes, it's something I've been passionate about since the 80s.
Nice. Yeah, very nice.
And worldwide travel is another one.
Okay.
At least twice a year, I usually go overseas. The recent COVID-19 pandemic put a crimp in it, but I was
think it put a crimp
back
in
out
it.
in Europe last September, and
Okay.
so
Whereabouts did you go in Europe?
Croatia and Slovenia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of times I would go to developing nations in Africa or Indonesia and Thailand and so forth, but
Worldwide traveler.
worldwide traveler. So I try to, say Tai Chi every day and travel a couple times a year.
Wow. Well, my wife and I used to. Well, I still do. My wife passed away, but we dance school and music school, and she had a Tai Chi teacher that worked for her and so forth. But it's a different niche than the tap, ballet, and jazz as far as that goes. But it's so relaxing.
It is.
You go from there. But that's awesome. Now, do you have to be certified to teach Tai Chi?
There in this country, there is really no level of certification.
Okay.
That not one industry. I tell people sometimes, the certificates are worth about what the paper it's printed on. Somebody can go to a weekend workshop and claim that they're a Tai Chi teacher, and so forth. But I've been blessed with being introduced to progressively worldwide teachers.
Nice.
And that's my deep passion. And you say, retirement, that I'm not close to it, but I have 8 days left, and then I'll be retired.
Really?
Yes, so it's good that you caught me here
Oh,
today.
my gosh. See, and that's why we do this podcast, because there's retirements all the time. My God. Unbelievable. Well, there you go. So now you're going to focus more on the Tai Chi side of it?
On the Tai Chi side of it, and, hiking in the woods and more trips and so forth, all the good things.
Do you live in Wallingford?
I do live in Wallingford for the last 26 years.
Wow.
Yep.
That's wasn't that known as the Silver City?
No, that's Meriden, actually.
Oh, okay.
Well, we nickname Wallingford Wally World.
Okay.
Because it's a little like stepping back in time. Sometimes when I first moved there from New Britain and I'd walk along the edge of the road, I'd hear horns honking, and I'd kind of right away turn like, what's the matter? And then somebody would wave, and I'd look, and it's like, I don't know them. And it took me a while to stop being flinchy and realize that that's just the small town atmosphere of, I'm tapping the horn to say hi and to wave, even though I've never seen you before.
I get that too, and all I do is I just wave, get to the point. So anyway.
So Wallingford was known for, having a lot of silver industry as well, Wallingford and Meriden both, because originally, Wallingford's 362 years old.
Wow. I know we used to, me being a musician, I used to play quite a bit at Jake's over there, and so forth. And my playing days are more ended, but I still do, quite a bit of sound for folks and so forth. But playing is it's a different atmosphere now.
Sure.
The live music scene is not what it used to be.
Nope.
As far as that goes. So fantastic. So all right. Anyway, well, Kathy, thanks so much for coming down. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And best to you and your upcoming retirement.
Thank you.
Don't forget about us in the Water District. I'm going to be actually retiring in January next year. I want to get to my golden 50. So I've been in the business 50 years. So
good for you.
You've been in the business, between...
about 25 years in the water industry, but I've been working full-time for 47 years.
There you go.
Plus my own Tai Chi business, so it's time to take some time for me.
Set sail. Fantastic.
So any of those young people that are looking for a stable career with decent benefits and stability, come join the water industry. Wastewater, drinking water, you bet.
Well, and one of the things, I've talked to, high school seniors, and, so a lot of them, they haven't a clue on what they want to do, and a lot of times I don't want to say they're indoctrinated, but, they push the college route. And college is great, but not everybody's meant to go to college, unfortunately. So, but we have opportunities in the water industry for that.
Exactly.
All right. Thanks so much. All right.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Kathy Brenner is in the house, and at least for the moment, she's going to be retiring in 9 days?
8 days.
8 days. All right, fantastic. And from the Wallingford Water District, and we certainly do appreciate her coming down and wish her well on her retirement. So that concludes this episode of Careers You Didn't Know About, and I'm your host, Dave Kosmiski. Stay tuned. Thank you.